What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we got a brand new video. So we're chilling out here on Grand Cross Global. The game has been out for less than a day at the time of this recording, and it has been massive, blowing up. It was such a great time yesterday, just seeing all the people on Twitter, getting their rerolls, doing whatever. So I spent multiple hours getting my reroll, and I finally have, the account that I want. Just to show you guys, this is what it is. I managed to get Green King and Green Jericho, which is, in my opinion, the best possible start you can get in conjunction with Meliodas. I had to pick up the Meliodas pack, though. If you are willing to spend money, that's probably the route I would take. Besides that, I spent way too much time re-rolling. Let me know what you guys got down below. I'm curious. A bunch of people have already added me on Twitter, so that's where, you can send me anything or questions or anything like that. You can add me on Twitter as well as the comment section. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Now, this video is going to be how to get started on 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. This is assuming that you've already gotten your reroll and you want to know what to do next. Now, if you haven't done your reroll and you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, I have 2 videos for you to check out. Previous video, prior to this one, is my reroll guide. Make sure you check that out first. That way, I go over a tier list and the exact process of rerolling. That way, you kind of understand what characters to aim for, so you don't get left behind with a bad start. Besides that video, I have a really detailed 7 helpful tips video that goes over different features of the game and things you need to know before going into it. I briefly cover in that video as one of my tips how to get started. This is going to be a full-on dedicated video to that, where I go in more detail about what to do. So I'm going to be using, because of the fact that I've been rerolling forever and I don't have certain buttons unlocked due to me being level 2, I'm going to be using my Japanese account as a reference for, certain things. But overall, everything that I say is going to be, fluid. Like, there's not going to be, whatever I say on the Japanese or show on the Japanese version still applies here. To start off, the most important thing in this game is story mode. If you go over here, you can see that there's 5 chapters. So I went under the quest section, right? And each chapter has a main storyline, and you can see that's dictated by the episode number. But besides that, like, for example, we're still going down and I don't see any episode numbers anymore, but there's still quests. And this goes on for a while. If you go over to chapter 2, you can see here that episode 9 begins. And the same thing, you're gonna go down, all of a sudden you get to episode 21, and then that's it. There's just a bunch of other quests, right? And it's gonna keep going and going until you beat the game at this chapter. So the game will be officially beat on chapter 46-3. When you're doing these story missions, there are optional missions as well that get unlocked, as you're doing the story. That's what the other quests are. Your main goal for the game is to beat the story and then begin completing all the optional quests. And now we're going to hop over back into the JP version so I can kind of demonstrate this here. Japanese version has more chapters because the game's just been out longer, but the same 5 chapters still exist. Now if you take a look here, this was starting with chapter 1 and goes down until you complete everything. There are certain quests even beyond that are kind of just like extra quests that don't impact this meter that I'm going to talk about in a second. So this is the heart gauge meter, and as you're doing quests, you get EXP towards your town. And as you get that EXP, you start leveling up your town. And once you hit like level 3, 4, or 5, you get bonuses, like you're able to buy from the town's shop, you're able to, there's different shops in there, you're able to do a couple different things. But the main thing is, the reason why you want to max out the towns is because you get 30 gems. You can see here that I have 100% maxed out, versus, I only did like 2 quests from the tutorial, I only have 3% maxed out. You're gonna get gems from doing the quests themselves, but once you max out the town, that's where you get 30 gems. So the main goal right now is ignore everything else, just go through the story, right? And you don't even have to do the optional stuff right away. Go through the main story until you get to chapter 5. Now keep in mind, the game is hard. You're probably going to get stuck at chapter 5, and there's nothing, you know, that's not like anything to worry about. If you get stuck, go back to the earlier chapters and start doing the optional things to kind of level yourself up a little bit. Whenever you get stuck, that's what you want to do. Just level yourself a little bit more and then go back into it. But once you beat the story, what do you do then? Once you beat the story, the next thing is PvP. And that is why we are rushing through the story. Because in this game, let's head over to PvP so I can show you guys what it looks like. So in PvP, there are weekly resets to how this works, right? And depending on your rank at the end of the week, you get gems awarded to you, whatever. And you don't want to miss out on those gems because it's just a hefty amount of gems. You can get up to 60 gems a week, which is 2 multis worth. If you go look at PvP, there are 2 types of PvP. There's geared PvP and ungeared PvP. Ungeared PvP gives you gems. Geared PvP gives you a PvP shop currency, which is also extremely useful. But if we take a look at the rewards here, and unfortunately I don't know the names, I never understand the names, but I mean this is simple enough: bronze, silver, gold. You're going to start off in bronze, and you're going to get, you know, 10 gems anyways a week. Or I don't think they actually start you off in bronze 5. They might start you off somewhere around bronze 1. But besides that, you want to just start climbing as much as you can. So that is why you want to rush through the story, because you're going to unlock certain characters for free in the story that you want to use in PvP. Specifically King. The blue king that you get in the game is the most broken character for you to grace this earth for now. So you want to get him, and he's going to be extremely helpful for you. On top of that, the blue Diane that they give you is also going to be really helpful. So those two are going to be a really strong asset to you on PvP, which is also why, like I said, want to run through it. Now, ideally, in the best case scenario, you end up rank 1, which is not hard to do as free-to-play. It is not impossible. You can definitely do it. There are plenty of people in my guild on JP that have hit this highest rank multiple times while being free-to-play. It's harder, right? You might not have like 100% win rate climbing up, beating everyone down. It's going to take you a little bit more, but it is possible. And I'll make a separate video on PvP itself. But the whole goal, or like the roadmap of the efficient grinding, is run through story, as much of it as you can, ideally all of it, and then go into PvP. The other thing about story is once you beat chapter 5, you unlock raids. And if we take a look at raids, you're gonna get something like this, where this tab or this button exists. You click here, you go to boss, and you're gonna see 5 towns, because it's gonna be, this 6th one's not gonna exist since there's only 5 chapters. And you pretty much just do this mission, right? And as you're doing this mission, each time you complete it, and you can do either, you know, any of the 3, it does not matter. The harder one's just going to give you better rewards. But as you do this, this gauge right here will continue to shoot up. Once this hits 100%, you will, you know, summon a red demon. And that red demon will drop materials that allows you to go from level 60 to 65. Let's see if I have someone here at 60 that I can kind of show off. So here's a perfect example. If you want to awaken a character from 60 to 65, which is the current cap, right? 65 is the current level cap. You're going to need 20 of this material. And this material only exists from raids. Of course, you also need the other stuff as well, but the other stuff is farmable. Sort of, to an extent. But this is the main thing that is tough to pick up. So that is the goal right now. Because you want to keep moving up with the level cap, because as you progress through the game, everyone else is going to be catching up. And this game's a little bit different because of the fact that PvP exists. And I know PvP is not for everyone. You know, some people just don't care about PvP, and I get that. But if you want to be successful in this game, you really have to play PvP, unfortunately. You're just missing out on too many gems all the time if you just choose not to play PvP. You don't have to get the highest rank but at least, you know, play it a little bit so you can get rewards. And that's going to be it for my video on how to get started. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful in clearing up, you know, some idea, like, you know, what exactly to do and where to go. So, like I said, to review a little bit, go through the story. You can go through the main story first. The main story is always going to be the yellow quest, or like the one with the, you know, the yellow exclamation point or the golden exclamation point, and you can keep following that along. Whenever you get stuck, you can go back to previous chapters and simply do the extra quests there to level yourself up. Ideally, you beat all 5 chapters of the game, and then you start going back and doing all the optional stuff so you can start collecting your 30 gems. Doing the optional stuff is also going to give you other rewards. You know, you can see here you're going to get tickets, you're going to get more gems, you're going to get gold, you're going to get equipment as well. So it's plenty of stuff for you to pick up that is going to be really useful. And that's kind of how you're going to pick up your early material as well. But yeah, that's going to be it. Story into finish up the chapters and also doing PvP. That is going to be the kind of progress you want to set for yourself. Hopefully this helped. And the next video is going to be how to level up and awaken your units, in addition to where to find the materials you need properly, or the most efficient way to level up and awaken your units. Until then, see you next time. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe if you're new to the Grand Cross community. I'm here going to be uploading plenty of helpful stuff for you, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.